Than Quadrado on the right side of Juve's back four today. Quadrado, he would have loved to play, of course, against his old club, but Danilo, who's shown his versatility, playing on either side of the back line when needed.
Yes, I agree with you. I think Quadrado in that position has done really well. Certainly a preference for him over Danilo. However, Sarri is just trying to find some formation that works, clicks, that's fit, and raring to go. And of course, all he's bothered about now is winning these 3 points.
Tedeschi bypassed, and any uncertainty in the mind of Terravest promptly leading to him nodding into safety. Here's the ball in from Sema.
It's really good, isn't it? And Danilo has to go for it, but he just can't get any sort of control on the header. And it just, fortunately for Juve, stays out their goal. Good start from Udinese.
Well, there's a pair of centre-backs they've relied upon for many, many years. Lucci and Chiellini. Dybala with the outswinger. Alexandro. Here's Bentancur. And in some ways you wonder whether Bentancur playing in this role today, it's almost as if Maurizio Sarri is planning, preparing for life without Pjanic.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Bentancur, I really do like the look of him. I think he's grown as a Juventus player. Of course, after the World Cup, he came back from some really good performances and then just grew into a very important player for Maurizio Sarri.
Played all 5 games for Uruguay, 2018 World Cup. Perhaps Aaron Ramsey in that midfield trio is the one player who's yet to convince everyone. Rabiot has grown, as I mentioned, into the role. Ramsey started so brilliantly, but his opportunities rather restricted.
Actually, yes, I agree with you. And I think with Rabiot, at the start of the season, I have to say, I couldn't quite see what he brought to the midfield. But the last, certainly month since the restart, I think he's been superb. My goodness, he's got some great goals. And really looks to be a good addition in that midfield. But for Ramsey, well, I think you're right. His jury is still out.
Glimpse there of Rolando Mandragora, and indeed a banner for the man who did play at Juventus, very little for them. And out with a serious ligament injury that I understand is going to keep him on the sidelines for, well, the rest of 2020 probably. So important for Udinese to cross the line as quickly as possible. Genoa, Lecce piling on the pressure with wins yesterday. Genoa won the derby. Sampdoria are safe because they have a good head-to-head record against Lecce, even if they were caught on points. Terravest. Of course, that's the same criteria that may benefit Juve tonight. They go 9 points clear of Atalanta with 3 to play, and they have the superior head-to-head. That counts before goal difference in Serie A. Well, good tackle, Bentancur. Ronaldo, Dybala, Neuting with a back pass. Goodness me, we could have had an own goal at each end.
Oh, thank goodness, that was wide of the post. So just stretched. You got a touch to it, but I think it was still possibly going just slightly wide. Here's the earlier handoff from the defender. And here we see, that might have been creeping in, you know. He just gets a touch with those studs.
13 minutes played. Juve corner. Well, hugely difficult technique for Ramsey. Returned with interest and Musso palms it away.
Excellent save. Paulo Dybala with the shot. But you're quite right, Ramsey, really good volley. high, always difficult to keep those down, but Dybala shows how it's done. That certainly was going in.
Another Juve corner. Musso gets a punch to it. When you see Paulo Dybala and his confidence, he really is flowing right now. In terms of goals, 5 in 8. 5 in 30 he scored last season. So his goal ratio has certainly improved. Danilo to Alexandro. Alexandro and Rabiot, who scored that tremendous first goal for the club against Milan. Here's Ronaldo, rolling one defender, can't spin the other. Alexandro losing out here to Okaka. And there's Dybala tracking back. Saying about that deeper role, there's a great example.
Just in the last 5 minutes or so, Udinese can't seem to keep the ball. They can't get out. Juve now piling on the pressure.
When Ronaldo does go wide, they actually don't really seem to have much of a focal point in their attack. Ronaldo's back up there now. So much talk in the game in recent years about false number 9s, and well, at times neither Ronaldo nor Dybala are going to play up through the middle as a more historic number 9 would have done. Maybe the sign of an evolving game, an evolving tactic. Here's Danilo. Dybala, Danilo, lovely interchange between those two. Retrieved by Ronaldo. The dancing feet, not deceiving Terravest.
Not this time, but let's see. I think you're right, there's lots of ways of playing this game, lots of tactics and formations, different players. I think it's interesting once you just follow the ball around and then stop it, the formation changes very quickly. So I think the main thing is that the players understand what they're playing, their role, responsibility is. Mauricio Sarri unfortunately hasn't quite got everything out of these players that he would want. Of that, there's no doubt.
A glimpse of Gianpaolo Pozzo, who is the longest serving individual owner of the Serie A club. Ramsey here, Bernardeschi, Ronaldo central. What a great leap that was, with Bentancur climbing above and like a fairly heavy landing. "34 years now, Gianpaolo Pozzo, owner of this club. Indeed, next season, should they survive, it'll be their 26th in a row in the top flight, which is pretty good going these days.
Oh, you're right. For a club the size of Udinese, it's absolutely remarkable, isn't it? They really do a good job, but of course they are a selling club as well. So many top talents in Serie A started their career here.
Intercepted by Alexandro. Here's Seko Fofana. He's one of those pinned down for at least 2 more years. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're not available to purchase, it just means that the fee goes up.
Everyone's available to purchase.
Exactly, yeah. De Paul, Lasagna, Musso, some of the most prized assets here, you'd suspect. Nedved watching on.
Just looking at the pitch as well, the surface seems very slippy, doesn't it? Plenty of players have been slipping and sliding.
Kaka here, looking for Nestorovski, who's yet to really get engaged in this game. Sema, whose cross nearly resulted in a Danilo own goal.